What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to give you guys a little tour around my account. We are just going to start off with the hero list. I want to show you guys the new heroes I got, and then I will just show you guys the rest of my account. What we're currently lacking, what challenges we are facing, what I still plan for this account. And I think will be fairly interesting to see all the changes we have done. It's quite some time ago that we did a video like this. So a lot of changes, a lot of things you might not have seen before in any of my videos. So let's just go right for it. For the hero list, which is probably the most interesting part, the account now features 7 S-tier heroes, which is insane. Still feels insane to me. We got the DGN for a fair while now. Acquired like the Starwing Jawra a bit later when we started the CC team, and just for fun then got the ATD. And those three, those have decent roles. We can check out Doppelganger Natalia, I kind of like that role. Giant Killer, Defier, Fear Immunity Crit, pretty cool. Then we got like the Starwing Jawra, not 100% happy with that. Damage reduction, control precision, ship crusher, hunter's focus. The god role I wanted was Defier, control precision, ship crusher, hunter's focus. So Defier would have been a huge role. It is one of the best roles, so one of the best stats for her. So that would have been very nice. Actually stronger than hunter's focus, so would have been pretty good. But I think given that this role is already quite good and quite close to the god role we wanted, I can't see myself re-rolling. That's for now, because we just need the hammers on other locations. The ATD, we just bought that for fun, and I thought, well, actually I thought I could soul perfect it. I bought a pretty low roll S tier in the hope that soul perfection within a tier would be very cheap, so I could just upgrade that and get like a very nice ATD out of it, which, well, given that this ATD is still pretty ugly in terms of stat line, didn't work out. We kept it. It does a pretty decent job. It cleared the stages in Void Campaign, actually. Till 638, where I'm currently stuck. So, was pretty decent. Pretty good PvE hero as well. And beyond that, actually, the best tenant for slot 4 on LFA. So, not on turned out to be quite a good investment. And it's actually cheaper than PDE, because most people didn't realize that with Destiny Transition, you could actually have a huge S-model S tier as a tenant for LFA and have a pretty nice hero at that. He has the Holy Armor, Defier, Giant Killer block, Divine block. Didn't really want the Divine block, but I wanted Holy Armor, Defier, Giant Killer. So I guess in that sense, it is also pretty decent, and we keep it for now. It's like half defensive, half offensive role, which fits S-model quite nicely, because he is also a bit working. He has quite some defensive abilities, then some offensive abilities, so that worked quite well. I think the newest and most exciting addition to this account, obviously, is the TBB. TBB, I recently re-rolled it. We got Taunt Immunity now on a horrible roll. Well, I got Control Immunity also, which is nice, I guess. Crit damage reduction, block are like, yeah, quite bad. Not the stats itself, but like, if you see the opportunity cost for not having Hunter's Focus, for not having Ship Crusher, for not having Defier, for not having Control Precision, that's quite bad. But Taunt Immunity is well worth it. So many HHA cores in the meta, and we have her in our top 2 highest attack heroes, given we have this huge copy, and put 6,000 soul power on there. Obviously, she is there. And, well, we don't really want to have her taunted, because the taunted TBB is horribly bad. So, Taunt Immunity kind of must have for me at the moment. But we got that, so I guess I will have to reroll that. Probably Taunt Immunity, Defier, Ship Crusher, Hunter's Focus, or Control Precision. So that is probably what we are going to go for. And will be quite cool once we have it, but till then she also does a huge amount of damage. So is kind of nice still. What else do we have? Well, we have 3 more heroes, and those are the new additions to the account. Let's start off with our DTV. DTV, we had an A-, which was free. I sold that one. Free in the sense that we summoned it during last Black Friday from a B+ stone. I sold that, spent 92k, I think, for this DTV, which was more than I wanted to spend. I wanted to get it around 80k, but still alright. I think it was the last one that was actually on the market, so yeah, that's the thing. And quite a few good upgrade. Got a decent copy there, nearly 8.6k attack. Other stats are decent as well. It is a low to mid roll S tier, which is perfectly fine. We can get a good amount of soul power on that. The bonus stats though, they require reroll. That is not what we're looking for. Precision control immunity, armor break, giant killer, well obviously giant killer, defier, probably hunter's focus or something like holy armor I could see, and we definitely want skill damage on there as well. So that is probably the role we're looking for, and that will require a ton of hammers and will be one of our next targets actually, because this guy has to carry us through campaign. And yeah, we want to make that happen. So that is his goal, that is his purpose on this account, being a huge PvE damage dealer for now to carry us through the current content. Then we have BQA, which is kind of a fun hero on this account. I kind of like the theme that Brownie was also a bit establishing, that Quadzilla went partly for, which are counterattacks. I kind of like counterattacks, and Blood-Tide Queen Aranea fits into that. She counterattacks, she burns the enemies, she provides all damage reduction for your team. Has a lot of fun things going on, and on top of that a pretty interesting Destiny Transition skill that I reviewed if you want to check that out. BQA Destiny Transition skill review. Talked about her. She's definitely one of the more interesting heroes because you can trigger her Destiny Transition skill at Destiny rank 6 like 5 to 6 times around, which is insane and can do some insane stuff. And I'm pretty eager to see that, so yeah. I also saw it on Quadzilla's account, really wanted to have one. We got this horrible copy, but given that there aren't too many BQA copies at S tier at all, I thought it was okay. It was okay. Not a beautiful copy, but it's okay. 96 speed, maybe you want to go for some speed on that. SSS speed is kind of fun. Skill damage, armor break, precision, silence immunity is, yeah, not at all what we're looking for. On a defensive support like that, I definitely want to see holy armor, maybe even see some damage reduction, though I'm not sure about that. And I think any nice combination. Maybe we even go for some damage, go for some defier. I could see maybe some ship crusher, even go for some damage perks like this together with holy armor. That is something that I could see. And we have to see once we can reroll her what we will get. And if we see an interesting roll, we might just keep that. At last, we got Star Swordsman Mockman, and this one, I just saw it and I had to buy it. It was 40.5k for this beautiful roll of Star Swordsman Mockman, nearly 8.3k attack, which is a bit low roll given that, but 40.5k, 9.5k under retiring value for a Star Swordsman Mockman at S. You can't say no to that. If you saw my review about Star Swordsman Mockman, I told you that this guy will probably be insane at Destiny rank 6. Let's check that out. Let's check that out before we look at anything else. Destiny rank 6 Star Swordsman Mockman changes the transition skill to when taking damage from active score basic attacks, which we debunked. It's not taking damage, it's just taking a hit. In the state of Star Ascending, deals 2000%, itself has 6 or more layers, so just having the layers is alright, doesn't consume them. 2000 attack damage to frontline enemies, then we have this 12 or more layers thing, or in Star Descending, to 1200% damage to all enemies. So you can do that like 6 times around, imagine that. And then you have the additional skill, which, I mean, we just forget about that for now, but just 1200 attack damage to all enemies. You trigger your transition skill, you get all of those effects that we have in here, which includes like a stun chance. You can get full enemy team stuns with that, or you just deal some extra damage, or all of that. There are so many good skills in there, and I think people are currently massively underestimating what Mockman can do. And I mean, like 40.5k for an S tier. Even if I'm wrong, I'm just perfectly fine with that price. So I think that was just a good buy. The horrible thing though is I really want to try him. I really want to build like a counterattack team with BQA, with him. Maybe put the DTV in there, add DGN to the team, SQH, it would be cool in that. And that would be very nice, but I really can't set that up at the moment. But we might do that later once we see Destiny rank 6, try out the Destiny rank 6 SSM together with the BQA and all of our S tiers. That would be pretty cool, and I think a very strong team. But at the same time, this SSM stands for multiple issues this account has, and those issues mainly lie in the department of resources. Resources in the sense we lack sublimation materials, we lack spiritual essence, and we lack soul hammers. So those are the resources that we lack. Soul hammers, well, I showed you all the points where we really want to use them. Spiritual essence and sublimation materials. I have this Gaggy here, I have this MFG, I have this Star Source from Mokon. I would love all of them with max subs at tree level 5 or 120 or 100. But it's just not possible. I actually nearly ran out of spiritual essence, and it's quite hard to get it during the events because on the later levels you just want to pick cores or destiny transition materials and really not spiritual essence, so you don't really get a whole lot of it from big events, and you need like 1.2 million to get a hero to 120, which kind of means we are not really using it at the moment to the extent that I'm actually made multiple V4 tenants now because I had so much Stellar that I actually didn't need and couldn't really use for anything other than making heroes before. Yeah, that was kind of weird in that sense. So now we kind of have to see how we can acquire spiritual essence better during events if we make some sacrifice in terms of not picking maybe cores. But cores, we also need some of those. BQA is on a normal core, on a 1-star core. We obviously need 3 more cores to upgrade that. At the same time, we have this Gaggy core lying in our back at 2 stars, so 2 more cores to get that to noble. We kind of want an SDE core, but we don't even have a single one of those. So yeah, those are also like 4 more cores that we need. And once we reach that point, the only core missing would be LDA, which I'm currently collecting the shards, and I think that's good enough progress for that. It's not really like any core that I will need anytime soon, so yeah. But after we got that, we are probably in a good state to pick other things aside, of course. So like cores will no longer be that relevant for us, but still makes me sad to see those cores here with our SSSM, seeing the Mockman core here, or the MFG core. Well, I love MFG. MFG is fun. Still nothing I can use. We're also running out of equipment, which I don't know how to fix yet. We will see about that. Maybe during hero summoning events I could pick like a very common hero summon that a lot, but not exactly sure yet. We'll see about that. Other than those issues, I mean, we can kind of fix them. We will see about that. Account is doing reasonably well. I'm currently collecting treasure tickets with a little bit of an eye to the future because I am actually expecting the Age to release a new treasure series. A new base treasure series. Like no festival treasures, I mean like probably we are going to see festival treasures this month. It's like Black Friday and all that stuff in there. But I also will expect them to release a regular series. And having some normal tickets then is kind of cool because the last regular series was retro gaming. And you could use your regular tickets to get the retro gaming series, and every 100 tickets you would get a pink chest. And that is very insane if you have a lot of those saved up. So I'm kind of trying to save up a few treasure tickets, waiting for the new series, trying to get some huge loot out of that. We dropped a bit in terms of leaderboard placements, but it's like we dropped to 13. We are still on pretty insane points, nearly 50k now. So I'm quite happy with that actually. Recently completed the first 2 series with the Festival Treasure series where we now have the max buff, and we also completed the Hero Token series, which gave us a huge amount of attack and HP. It's actually 1.2 million attack and 108 million HP that you get from maxing the Hero Token series. So current treasure train buffs at 11.3 million attack with 1.2 billion HP. Kinda nice, kinda like that. Good amounts of all damage dealt here as well. Holy damage, all damage reduction, all of that is there. We can still improve that. But I think that has some time is quite alright. For the moment at least. So beyond that, what am I really planning to do? I already told you that I want DTV to clear my PvE content. But what PvE content am I talking about? Well, I'm obviously talking about Void Campaign. We're still stuck at 638 here. The Gustins are horrible, and the best way to beat them is DTV, so we are going to use that. Probably after the Star Expedition season already. We are going to start re-rolling the DTV as soon as possible, which means tomorrow. Trying to go for a good roll there. Then we are going to set up everything, try to clear those stages, and probably get some decent enough progress to clear all of the campaign fairly easily with all of the heroes that we have. That being said, Hollow Campaign is cleared, obviously. We recently cleared Aspen Dungeon first on my server, 300 now Malafernux. Right behind there at 251, I'm sure he can do better than that. And we also cleared Void Vortex, which was fairly easy. So really, we're currently looking at Void Campaign, and the other content that is not fully cleared by me is also in the Gate of the Void. It's Ramsgate, where I unlocked 160, but I don't have a perfect smash at 160, and I think it will still be very hard. Not because of the regular enemies. I can actually show you a fight there. We can try against this. Let's see what happens there. S tier TBB, no giant killer here. Let's see if we can beat the stage. I think we should. Yeah, Valentino actually hitting TBB makes this fairly easy. And some big damage by the LFA, obviously. LFA is the main damage dealer here. TBB does some decent damage for what she really is, but it's no comparison to like the damage LFA can do there. Also, obviously, we don't have Hunter's Focus, we don't have Defier, we don't have Giant Killer on that TBB, so, well, yeah, kind of the advantage for DTV on that one. At DTV, by the way, I kind of would like an S tier of that, but I don't see myself paying the amounts. Like 110k for an S tier at the moment, there are barely any on the market, and it's like no price that I want to pay. But in the future, we might just go for it. TBB lets this seem pretty easy. The problem is really not those enemies, not the base enemies. The puppets are the problem. Those puppets tend to one-shot me, and I think I need more divine power to face them. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. But we're working on that. Probably going to establish like a perfect smash at 154, 156. I'm not quite sure. One of those was like the max loot that was available that you unlock there. And yeah, that's the place where I'm going to do that. We're at the same time waiting for the new Void game mode. Not expecting too much that has to be done by me there. Just because we have this TBB and she's basically hard carrying us in PvP. I actually put a mirror on her, didn't set up my other heroes, put her in Trial of Champions, and as you can see, Jesus and Ragnaru only surpassed me because they beat other players. I just sat there for 2 or 3 days at those points and didn't do anything. And later on, Ragnaru and Jesus just took the upper hand and beat some other people to surpass me. We don't attack each other in OP. I just stayed at those points for the entire time. I think I was attacked by a few people and they lost. And yeah, it's just hard carry by TBP at this point. So in terms of PvP, I'm not really concerned, really. The only person that I saw regularly beating me was Jesus, and well, it's bloody Jesus. Obviously, he's going to do that. And he's also cheating a bit. I'm joking. He has a Twine immune DTV, and I was saying that this is kind of cheating because it, well, full counters my TBB, obviously. Celestial Island, I think we can show that as well. It's no longer that interesting. The only interesting thing is I ran out of Stone of Void. Like, I only have 1,000. I have no idea. I wanted to build those little crystals that give you places in the hero pack. Couldn't really do that. Those leaderboards here, I think they are no longer that interesting. I have the skin gallery still pretty well ranked there. Middle on place 1, obviously. And then we are on place 8 here. Place 50, place 33. I'm not really good in any of those. And also, like, you get 13% HP. That's still interesting. Where's the other one? No, wait. Yeah, 4.3 million HP and 72k attack. We just saw what we get from Hero Token Series, so yeah, the relevance of those stats, they really dropped off. We have 6 max homes in the Cloud Island. I'm working on a 7th one. This is the 7th one, actually. Not too high stats. We can every so often upgrade 1 tier or something here. I don't intend to really use it just because we don't really have tennis. We don't really have any hero that can use it well. Already on the island 1, one of our residences is inhabited by an Olivia, just for the speed and just so she can outspeed in Flame Shrine, which sadly, really does no longer work, which is quite the problem. Eventually, if I want her to outspeed my LFA, I probably have to invest into a better copy and more soul power, which is the last resource we want to talk about. Soul power in the Soul Temple, the Soul Gathering statue. You can see we are at 7.4k soul power. 6k of this is just going towards our TBB, and currently the rest of it towards our Starving Jar. So it's not even enough to really max 2 heroes. Honestly, C-Team, I would like to max this one, but 3,500 soul power, that's just roughly, I think, 60,000 starry gems. So quite a lot. And yeah, it is insanely expensive, and I think I will take some more time to really upgrade it. If you want to go on max attack LFA, by the way, it's like 56 million at the moment. Not quite bad at all. It works in the way that we just max the soul power on LFA, which is only 3,000, and then go towards his tenants with like put some on the SQH and the ATD as well. And that gives him like 56 million attack, which is quite decent. I like it. But the most improvement I think can be done would be if we bought like an S tier LFA, which has to wait a little bit. But in the future, I can see that maybe once we sell the Mockman, my old Mockman, if we are able to sell that, it will be a good step towards an S tier LFA. And then it will mainly just take patience and waiting. In terms of other things, I think this month we are going to see some huge events, maybe see the new Void Boss, which is not announced yet, but I think it can only be a matter of time. It's so long again since we last got a new Void Boss. I think it's just about time for Void Boss 3. Maybe not this month, maybe next month, but I think at the latest next month, I would say. But obviously, I don't have any info from the H on that. It's just what I'm personally expecting and what I'm planning with just a new Void Boss within this month or the next month. And also a new Treasure Train series is what I'm planning to do. Maybe you want to prepare for that too. It's a bit of a gamble, I know, but it's just sometimes some small gambles like this can pay off, just saving up some treasure tickets, some stuff like that. And yeah, so thank you guys for sticking around doing this tour of my account. If there's any more stuff that you guys would like to see, I will be happy to show you guys all of that. Oh, Tower of Oblivions, wait, PV content, Tower of Dreams. I maxed it and I'm like on Nightmare 5, I think. I hope. Did I? Did I? I just hope. Well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did. Nice, good. Didn't forget a week. That would have been horrible. Well, no, okay. But we're going to max the rest as well. It should be fairly easy. It goes pretty well. TBB carrying as well, so yeah, it works out. And anyway, thanks guys for sticking around. If you want to see anything else, please let me know in the comments. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.